Project Rhynbow. We're working with our partners in creating a hydrogen freight corridor in country. We started that way. We've needed to pivot because we realize that bulk infrastructure cost is burdensome, and it does not make the economics for hydrogen work if you don't have the right demand. So we've pivoted, and we're now looking at how do we create at-scale projects and how do we scale them up. So having infrastructure that is sufficient for the number of vehicles we need on the road for what we refer to as milk runs, for example. And as you increase the demand, you can increase the refueling infrastructure. Eventually, you get to the right demand point and the right infrastructure point. I'm proud to announce, hot off the press, this project has just been shortlisted for JET IP funding. So a great achievement for us as South Africa to be able to get to this point. Obviously, the best achievement would be when tyres hit the road.
One of the things that could change really is the pace at which the hydrogen economy takes off. Clearly, that's been slower than we had been anticipating, and it's probably just worth considering why. And I think the main thing comes down to putting the horse in front of the cart, and that is the production of green hydrogen at scale at a low enough levelized cost of hydrogen with the infrastructure in place to distribute that hydrogen and get it to end users, making it available and making for them an easy decision to buy, for example, a fuel cell electric vehicle. And really that requires big subsidies. Now, we've known about those numbers for a while, but the pace at which those subsidies have flowed has been much slower than we had anticipated. And they are beginning to come now.
Products that we are supplying not just go into the electrolysis, which is then the creation of the hydrogen. They go into the purification. They go into the use when we talk about a fuel cell. And very importantly, they will go into the transport of hydrogen. Because I guess we all can agree, hydrogen will be produced in an area where most likely it's not going to be consumed. And I can say this as a German, we are a big energy importing country ultimately, and the hydrogen has to come to Germany somehow. And Japan, Korea, these countries have similar problems that we do have. And we, for example, believe in chemical binders like ammonia. We have done a nice paper on ruthenium use in hydrogen transportation in particular. It's not consuming a lot of ounces at the moment, but we believe in a bright future. Second, green chemistry. So we see already applications as of today where we go away from the classical fossil feedstocks into greener feedstocks. Could be woody biomass, could be something else. And we particularly see a use for precious metal in this area because the feedstocks are very tricky. And the catalyst systems based on precious metal, they have a certain robustness which helps the system overall run on these different feedstocks. And then third, electronics, for example, speaking about my personal favorite metal, which is, and many of the people here in the room know, is ruthenium. Ultimately, it's a very, very versatile metal. It's in certain instances very, very tricky, to deal with. But with the spike in semiconductors, with the spike driven by the AI applications, we believe that these high-end applications need high-end input materials like precious metals.
The traditional PGMs, where we are really replacing, expensive iridium or expensive thorium for palladium just to make more effective materials. I think that it's not that much applications actually. And in this application, and it's not only about platinum. So for example, in electrochemistry, we decrease iridium. Yes, we add palladium and we get these electrodes which are last longer, cheaper and more energy effective.